Hello everyone, in this video I will be demonstrating how to complete the square. The purpose of completing the square is to solve equations of this form. We solved this kind of equations before by factoring. However, factoring doesn't work all the time. The method of completing the square does work every single time. It is a little more tedious, but it does work every single time. The process to complete a square is straightforward. It can be a little annoying if you have fractions, but otherwise it's straightforward. The first thing you do is write the equation in this form. Notice that all we do for the first step is move this to the other side. So subtract c from both sides. For step 2, we're going to divide the coefficient of x, which in our case is always going to be v, by 2. Whatever you get, you square, and then you add the result to both sides. That means whatever you get, you add it here, and then you add it here. For the step 3, we are going to factor the left side and then simplify the right side. For the step 4, you're going to take the square root on both sides of the equal sign, and the purpose is to cancel the square. And then finally, you simplify and solve for x. So I'm going to demonstrate that with the following example. Suppose we have the following problem. You want to solve x squared plus xx plus 1 equals to 0. Here, the value for b is equals to 6, and the value for c is equals to 1. In step 1, it's telling us to simply move the value for c to the other side. In other words, subtract 1. So we'll end up with this. Then, in step 2, it says that whatever is the coefficient of x, which in this case is 6, that value you divide it by 2. Remember, it's always by 2, which gives you 3. Then you square the value. 3 squared is 9. And then you add that value to both sides, which give us the following. X squared plus 6x plus 9 is equals to 8. Next, for step 3, it says you need to factor the left side and simplify the right side. The right side is already simplified, so if we factor the left side, it will be x plus 3 times x plus 3 is equals to 8. Notice that you need to get a perfect square, so this gives you x plus 3 squared is equals to 8. Now, for step 4, it's telling you to take the square root in both sides. And remember, the purpose of taking the square root is to cancel the square. So we take the square root here, the square root here. On the left side, we end up with x plus 3 because these two cancel. And on the right side, we have the square root of 8. Recall from previous sections that the square root of 8 can be simplified as the square root of 4 times the square root of 2, which gives you 2 radical 2. Hence, we get x plus 3 equals to plus or minus radical 2 times 2. Don't forget that you need to add the plus or minus whenever you take the square root. Finally, for step 5, Remember, you need to solve for x. So how do we solve for x? We subtract x from both sides, and the final answer is going to be x is equals to minus 3 plus or minus 2 radical 2, which give us two answers. The first one is x is equals to minus 3 plus 2 radical 2, and the second answer is x equals to minus 3 minus 2 radical 2. And that's how easy it is to complete the square. If you didn't get that one, this is a chance to redeem all your sins. So let's try another example. Let's say that you want to solve x squared minus 8x minus 9 is equals to 0. Remember, the first step is to move the 9 to the other side. This gives us x squared minus 8x is equals to 9. Then for the step 2, whatever is in front of x, which in this case is minus 8, you divide that number by 2, that gives you minus 4. You square the result, which gives you 16, and then you add it to both sides. Simplify, and it gives you x squared minus 8x plus 16 is equals to 25. Then for step 3, you factor the left side, and there is not much to do on the right side. This has to give you a perfect square. Then for step 4, you take the square root on both sides. Remember that the point of the square root is to cancel the square. This gives us x minus 4 on the left, and on the right side the square root of 25 is plus or minus 5. And then finally solve for x, and x will give you 4 plus or minus 5, which gives you two answers, 9 and -1. And that's it.